Secrets in the shadows. If you've made it this far, you're one of the few who don't flinch when the truth gets dark. Hit subscribe, because what you're about to hear only gets worse. Detective Elena Morales couldn't shake the image of that frozen frame. A pale hand, gloved, pressing the trunk shut. Forensics hadn't found a second set of prints, but her gut screamed that someone else had been there that night. Someone helping, someone watching. At dawn, she drove back to the impound lot where the silver Nissan Altima sat under a tarp. The morning light revealed streaks of red dust across the bumper and faint smears along the passenger side, not from the crash but older. She circled the car, noticing a strip of duct tape stuck to the inside of the trunk lid. It had a single, distinct fingerprint. Partial but enough for a scan. As she noted the evidence, her partner, Detective Ryan Holt, approached holding a styrofoam cup of coffee. "You really think he didn't do it?" Holt asked. Morales didn't answer immediately. "I think he did something," she said. "But not this alone. Guy's a wreck. Keeps crying in the holding cell. Says he loved her." "They all say that," she muttered. Inside the forensics lab, they lifted the fingerprint from the tape. The hit came back fast. Jason Rudd, a 36-year-old construction foreman from Houston. Prior arrests for assault, no convictions. He worked at the same energy company as Brianna Johnson. Morales leaned over the printout. "That's our guy." Holt frowned. "If he's involved, why would Victor take the fall?" She thought for a moment. Guilt. Fear. Maybe he didn't know what else to do. Or maybe Jason had leverage. By noon, Morales and Holt were parked outside Rudd's modest two-story house in North Houston. The front lawn was unkempt, the blinds drawn tight. Morales noticed a blue Ford parked crooked in the driveway, fresh mud on the tires, the same red dust she'd seen on the Altima. They knocked. No answer. Knocked again, harder this time. Still nothing. Then Holt pointed at the side window. A flicker of movement. "Houston PD. Open the door." Morales shouted. The door cracked open just an inch, the chain still latched. A man's voice came through, hoarse, defensive. "What's this about?" "Jason Rudd." Morales asked. "We're investigating the death of Brianna Johnson. We need to ask you a few questions." The door slammed shut. Seconds later, footsteps pounded toward the back of the house. Morales and Holt sprinted around, weapons drawn. The back door burst open. Rudd bolted through the yard, vaulting the fence like he'd rehearsed it. Holt took off after him, yelling, "Stop! Police!" The chase tore through backyards and side streets. Morales radioed for backup, her heart hammering. Rudd was fast, desperate. He ducked into an alley behind a shuttered gas station. Then, cornered by two cruisers blocking the exits, he froze. "Get on the ground," Holt yelled. Rudd hesitated, trembling, then dropped to his knees. At the station, Rudd sat across from Morales, his face slick with sweat. His knuckles were scraped raw. "I didn't kill her," he said, voice cracking. "Victor did. I told him not to call me, but he did anyway." Morales studied him. "Then why'd we find your fingerprint in her trunk?" He blinked rapidly. "I tried to stop him. I swear. He called me the night before, said she was leaving him, taking his money, disappearing. When I got there, she was already dead. I panicked. I helped him move her body. But I didn't kill her." Holt leaned forward. "Then why'd you run?" Rudd's eyes darted to the mirror behind them, to his own reflection, maybe to something deeper. "Because whoever did this isn't done yet." Morales felt a cold knot in her stomach. "What do you mean by that?" Rudd exhaled, shaking his head. "There was someone else. A guy she was scared of. She said he was watching her. Said he wanted something from her, something she stole." "What did she steal?" Morales pressed. He hesitated. "A drive. From her company. Files, names, transactions. I didn't ask questions. But she said it was worth a lot. Enough to start over." That was when Holt's phone buzzed. He glanced at the screen, then looked up sharply. "Boss," he said quietly, "evidence text just called. You need to hear this." Back in the lab, a forensic analyst displayed a bag of items recovered from Brianna's purse. Among them was a small USB drive, cracked along the edge, barely noticeable. It had been lodged between two receipts and a lipstick tube. The drive was encrypted, military-grade encryption according to the tech. But the file names visible in the metadata were enough to raise eyebrows. EnergyCo_payments_confidential, client_accounts_dx delta, Victor_transfers_0918. Morales frowned. She was stealing from her employer? "Looks that way," the tech replied. "And someone found out." Later that evening, as the sun dipped behind the skyline, Morales sat in her office, staring at the board of photos. Brianna's smiling face. Victor's mugshot. Jason Rudd's record. Lines of red string connecting them. 3 lives tangled by money, secrets, and betrayal. But it still didn't explain the hand in the trunk. She replayed the dashcam video again. This time slowing it to half speed. As the trunk bounced open, the glove's reflection caught just enough light to reveal something small. A tattoo on the wrist. 2 initials, RJ. Morales froze. Jason Rudd's middle name was James. She stormed into the holding cell where Rudd sat, head down. "Explain this," she snapped, showing him the frozen image. He stared at it, his face pale. "That's not me," he whispered. "You expect me to believe someone else with your initials was hiding in that trunk?" He looked up slowly. "I told you. There was someone else." Her voice softened. "Who, Jason?" He swallowed hard. "Her brother." The room fell silent. "Brianna didn't have a brother," Morales said carefully. Rudd's eyes glistened. "Not one she told people about. His name's Reggie Johnson. Did 5 years in Huntsville for armed robbery. Got out 2 months ago. She said he'd changed. She was wrong." Before Morales could respond, Holt burst into the room, his face tense. "Elena, we've got a problem." "What now?" "Victor Campbell's dead." Morales blinked. "What?" "Found in his cell 10 minutes ago. No signs of struggle. They're calling it a suicide." But Morales knew better. "Check the footage," she said quietly. Holt shook his head. "Already did. Cameras went offline for 12 minutes. She exhaled slowly, the weight of it pressing against her ribs. "Then whoever killed Brianna," she said, "just made sure Victor never talked." Outside, thunder rolled across the horizon. Somewhere in the dark, a new predator had just erased his first trail, and Morales realized she was no longer investigating a simple crime of passion. She was hunting a ghost who always stayed one step ahead.